Hi guys, I'm back today. I'm working on the Mini. Basically I've got the Powerfold mirrors. One side sort of stopped working quite a while ago. I've only just sort of got around to doing it, and sort of I'll show you what I've found. Let's move that. So basically, yeah, you want to remove the mirror, which is a T5, 3 T5 bolts from here, and then unplug the mirror, and then obviously, yeah, take it over to a bench where you're not going to lose anything. I first had to, in the mirror, there's 3 bolts in the top there. I think they're T10 Torx, so remove them. I took the rubber seal off the base, which was here, and then I unscrewed 4 T10 screws from around here. This piece you can like wiggle off. It's got 2 pieces here and here that are sort of like locating pins, and then yeah, once you wiggle the motor free, you should get you should be able to prise it apart. Just do it really sort of carefully, and I don't know whether you can clearly see that that's quite rusty, to be fair, in there. It kind of does look like that sort of top gear is a bit chewed, so I'm not too sure how well that's going to clean up, but it's going to be worth a try. So now I'm going to just remove them bits and see sort of how that. Ah, there we go. There's that piece there. As you can see in there, that is clearly quite gunked up, sort of rust and bits of leaf, I suppose, and all that. So now what I'm going to do is get some brake cleaner, sort of blast it out, scrape it out, get that all sort of clean in there, and then I'll concentrate on the drive wheels. You can see that there's sort of a small amount of grease left over. I assume obviously from factory, this has probably never been apart. There is obviously this drive wheel, which I'm not too sure if you can remove without sort of taking the motor apart. So we may just have to clean that in place. It does look sort of in alright condition. There's definitely some old grease and a bit of rust in there, so obviously we'll clean that up as well. So yeah, with these drive gears here, I'm going to attempt to clean them up, and then I'm going to use a wire wheel on a drill just to clean up the rest. It's definitely been chipped through the centre there. Don't know whether you can see it shining. That's got to be from where someone's pushed in the wing mirror without pressing the button, just sort of manually shutting it, which of course it's not designed to do. So may have to get a little file all the teeth. If not, then obviously that unit is bust. Just so you can sort of see where that goes. That's the inside piece. So that's actually what spins, gets driven by that gear, and spins the wing mirror. So it sort of sits in there like that. So there, I've cleaned the piece up. I've noticed that it's actually more worn in one spot than others. Whether this spins the whole way round for that sort of 90-degree motion of the mirror or not, I'm not sure. So what I'll try to do when I install it is that sort of the better side sits on the driven wheel. Just, I don't know, it's just worth a try. Got to clean up the other one now. See, this one's going to require Y-wheeling as well. So I've got that there. Alright, so what's next is you just get a tub of multi-purpose grease, take your cleaned up gears and the motor itself, and what we're going to do is just reassemble it, make sure to grease it up sort of good. So what I'm going to do first is just get a load on my finger and squish it in to that area where the drive wheels sit, sort of really going to pack it out. I want this to last, I want it to be well lubricated. Hopefully I'll have to not fix it for quite a few years. That's if this all goes to plan. So now if I get this piece that's sat sort of in the bigger cog towards the bottom, push that in and then get a screwdriver, sort of can wiggle that piece in. Double checking the fitment on that, fits nicely. So pull that back apart. Now the other piece, once sticking in, I want to go in that way round. It will line up. There's a spot, it's under the grease there, where the top of it will mount into. So we're going to stick a bit of grease on the end, slot that into the hole, spread the grease over it. In fact, I'm going to do that with that gear as well. So now I'm going to try and push this back together. Just take care, don't sort of mess up any of the parts in the process. And there we go. So that's back together. So now I'll just show you reassembling it. Oh, another thing to note is this piece that goes in there that's driven. If you clean up the outside, obviously clean up the teeth, re-grease everything, because it actually slides on the inside of there. Well, that's just the best thing to do. So I'm going to clean that up. This piece is like a limiting stop piece, so the motor sort of knows when to stop and not. So there we go. Just need to do the inside of this piece. So what I'm going to do, if you can see in there, there's like 2 steps either side. That's where this gold piece sort of slides in between. So we need to make sure that's all greased up as well. Just going to get some, sort of smother it in the whole way around. And then smother it throughout the inside of this tube, because that can be a friction surface. Clean that out. Okay, so once that's done, I'm gonna oh yeah, one more thing actually, just need to put some grease on those teeth. Definitely don't want to miss that. So I pop that back in there. Sort of slides in nicely. Give it a twist around to get it all the way home. You can feel, because it will stop after sort of 90-degree turn. Yeah, so that's in. And now I'm going to take this piece. Take note, there's that sort of alignment piece there. And there are little ones there and there, and then that should just go on just like that. There you go. This says sprung loaded, so just make sure you don't change any of the positions. So I'll grab the screws with the Torx T10 on it. Just put one on a little bit, put one on diagonally opposite. Just in there. And tighten up the other side a little bit as well. Put the other two in. Alright, so yeah, we've got the motor back together. Now we want to slip it back into there. And then really the next bit is locating. There's 3 locating pieces on here, so you can't put it in wrong. So if you just do that, push that in as far as that will go. We have to twist it around so it locates properly. That goes in there like that. So that sort of sat in there. And then this is going to be a tricky bit of getting those screws, these screws back in. Again, they're a T10. So if I do that, because that's going to be quite hard, then I'll get back to you. So I went to fit the mirror. The mirror still doesn't spin due to that drive gear there. It's just too worn. But I found on eBay, show you here, the drive gear set for £10, and that includes the 3 drive gears. So what I'm going to do is order that, and yeah, I'll get back to you. So once you've done all of that, well, it's pretty much done. Just make sure, something that I sort of had to redo was the angle of how the mirror would sit on the mount. Just make sure that's the right way round. sort of plug it back in, screw it back on the car, and try it. I mean, it should work. If you're in the same situation as me, where I had to get new drive gears, then yeah, just order them. I tell you what, it's a lot cheaper than going somewhere and buying a mirror second hand. They're sort of going for £100 to £150 at the moment, and they're sure to only go up as well. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, whatever, and I'll see you in the next one. Leave down in the comments anything you want me to do next. I'm looking at doing this manifold at the moment, so just sort of stay tuned for that. And yes, see you soon.